apologize for that. But thank you very much for coming out. My name is Charlie Owens. I'm the state director for the NFIB, that stands for National Federation of Independent Business. We represent the small businesses in the United States and in Michigan that are struggling in our economy here to make a buck and provide jobs and to just support their community. So I'm so happy to see everyone out here to talk about this important issue. Before I go any further, is there a staff person here from Congressman McCotter's office in the audience somewhere? Could you wave? Where? All right. I want to thank you very much. And I want to thank Congressman McCotter. When you came in, you saw a list of those folks in Congress that voted for this nonsense legislation, and you saw a list of those who stood up and said, no, this doesn't pass the smell test. And Congressman McCotter was one of those people. Thank you very much. My members are the CEOs of their business. And in small business, that means they also take out the trash, they also paint the place, and do about anything else that needs to be done. So I want to tell you a story. We had a meeting one time in the morning, and we had one of our members who owns an assembly plant. He was supposed to come out, and he was going to give a presentation at the meeting. The meeting was in the morning. Make a long story short, he didn't show up. Well, we were very concerned about that because he's generally a very dependable, punctual fellow. And we came to find out the reason he didn't show up is he went to his plant early in that morning trying to get some work done before he came to our meeting. And just like most of us, he had a list of things he was going to try to get done that day. But when he got to the plant, he was greeted by his plant manager, who informed them that they had no power. The phones weren't working, no computers, all the machines that he used to cut the panels that he makes, nothing was working, dead. So guess what went to the top of his list of things to do rather quickly? Get the power on. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. We got a lot of things going on in this country. We got a healthcare debate going on. We're concerned about our economy. We've got national security. So it's real easy to let something that, frankly, we take for granted, energy, kind of slip to the back. But we can't allow that to happen because just like that story, pretty soon, if we're not careful, that's going to get right to the top of your list. By the way, the reason the power was out was they found out that in the wee hours of the morning, a squirrel had gotten into the electrical panel and shorted out the entire system. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a whole bunch of squirrels in Washington, D.C. right now. And they're getting into your electrical panel, and pretty soon, this is going to be at the top of your list, and that's exactly why we're here, and we're going to talk more about that. Before we do that, let's take a look at a short video from our good friend, Trace Adkins.
In this economy, they cannot afford to lose any more jobs.
Now is not the time to be driving energy costs up at all.
I'll tell you what, we need to get more energy from right here in America.
If energy costs go up, the worry goes up.
Gotta be a better way.
I've seen mornings when 1,000 bales of hay look like a mountain to a boy my age. And I've seen my daddy in that hot southern sun move those mountains one by one.
Americans all over are going through some tough times. You see it wherever you go. Folks are worried about their jobs. They're finding it harder and harder to feed their families, pay their bills, and keep their homes.
Living off of savings right now.
Americans work hard for the promise of a better life. They need to know that their children will have a decent future. That's the American dream.
I grew up on a working man's wage, blood, sweat, and tears on every dollar he made. For the little he earned, there was so much he gave. And I hope I am worthy of a working man's wage.
I'm Trace Adkins. You know, most of us don't like looking to Washington for solutions. We like to solve our own problems. There's a lot of talk in Washington about climate change legislation, but whatever they do in Congress, they shouldn't ship American jobs overseas and cause gas prices to rise. We want our representatives to pass laws that will make life better, not harder. And we sure don't need laws that kill jobs or make you pay a lot more at the gas pump. Energy is vital to all of us.
I'm an energy citizen.
I'm an energy citizen.
I'm an energy citizen.
If you stop to think about it, we all are energy citizens.
I'm a dairy farmer and I'm an energy citizen.
And we need to stand together to ask Congress to do the right thing, to ensure we have reliable, affordable energy so we can get wherever we dream to go. We need to remind them that the laws they pass can hurt real people, people like you and your families.
I grew up on a working man's wage, blood, sweat, and tears on every dollar he made. For the little he earned, there was so much he gave. And I hope I am worthy of a working man's wage.
I worked in the oil field for 10 years. I learned firsthand that the men and women who work in the energy industry, people like many of you here today, are among America's unsung heroes. Today, we're standing up for affordable energy and quality jobs. That's what this rally is all about. Let's join together. Become an energy citizen. Help spread the word when you go back home or to work, so that the men and women in Washington can hear you. Every single day, you're joined by truck drivers, farmers and ranchers, factory and construction workers, small business owners, clerks, custodians, in keeping this country going. They, along with you, are the backbone of America's economy. Without energy, all these hardworking Americans couldn't drive to their jobs, the grocery store, their kids' school, or their places of worship. We couldn't keep our homes cool in the summer or warm in the winter. The shelves at the local department and grocery stores would sit empty. And without them, without the taxes they pay, and without their support of their town's businesses, our economy would be in much worse shape. We all need to stand together as energy citizens to remind Congress of that, because we love our great country and the opportunity it provides. Through your voice, they'll get it right, and America will have the energy for an even brighter and more prosperous tomorrow. Thank you, my friends, my fellow energy citizens, and God bless.
I hope I am worthy. Working man.